guys, Elena here with Hoof and Hen Farm, and today I want to talk about precocious udder in goats. This is something that I'd read about. Before I got goats, I did a lot of research. I mean, a lot of research. And I'd run across precocious udder, people talking about precocious udder, but I never really see a lot about it, just a lot of anecdotal evidence to it. And never in my wildest dreams did I think one of my first goats would have a precocious udder, but she does. So I just want to share with you what's going on with her. I have taken her to the vet to determine that she was not indeed pregnant, because I thought she was probably pregnant. However, deep down I kind of always knew she wasn't. She has been a strange one from the beginning. She acts very bucky. She always has. And last year, when the other doe was pregnant, I thought, well, maybe Gabby is, because she had been in with the buck, and in the spring she started developing a tiny little udder. It ended up being about half the size of a softball, just a little bit of a swelling and no more. But this year, as the due dates for everyone approached, she was huge. She was by far the biggest of the goats as far as her udder goes, and she had been in with a buck, and of course I had documented the dates that she had had, and as one due date passed, no kids. The second and final due date, where she could have possibly been bred, passed, no kids. And she's a little chunky too, so she could have been pregnant, maybe not, but she had a huge udder. So about day one, I think it was about day 157 from the last day she'd been with the buck, I took her into the vet and had an ultrasound done on her, and the vet said she indeed was not pregnant. And she said she's got a precocious udder, and it could be for a variety of reasons. That she could have a tumor, which she doubted at her young age. She's only 2 years old. Or she could be cystic, have cystic ovaries, and that would cause the buckiness as well. And I'll try to insert some footage here of her acting crazy. I mean, very crazy. It was right before the other does were due, and she was just going after them. So, yeah, so the vet said, I didn't know. I thought it was precocious udder, and I wanted to know what to do, so I asked the vet, should I milk her? And she says, yeah, go ahead and milk her. Get the milk for free. So I milk her about every 3 days, and get on the every 3 days, I get just about as much milk as I do from the other two per day. Now, mind you, I'm not feeding her extra rations. She's not in with the other dams who have kids on them. They get a little bit extra, and Gabby's just in with the non-bred and the weather goats, so she gets the same as they do. So if I did continue to feed her those extra rations, she may be producing more every day, and I might milk her every day, but that's really not important to me. As far as determining what exactly the problem is with her, the vet said it could be determined with some expensive tests, maybe some genetic tests, or some a more extensive ultrasound, but it's really not worth it to me to go through those tests. It is what it is. I've got a goat with a precocious udder, and I don't think she can be bred. I'm going to try again this fall. I'll give her a shot of lute and then put her in with the buck, and I think I'll just leave her in the buck pen for a month or two, which I don't like to do that because I like to know the exact dates that they were bred, but I'm just going to see how it goes with her, because I think she would be a really good milker if she actually had kids and actually went through the process. So let's get some footage of her and of the other two for comparison, so you kind of see what I'm dealing with here. So here's our crazy Gabby right here, and it's been 3 days since I milked her, and I think we're kind of in a shadow here, but you can see the udder on her here. Gabby, why don't you pose a little bit? Now, before the first time I milked her, she was very, very big, and I milked just about a half gallon out of her that first time, and for a Nigerian Dwarf, that's quite a lot. Smile for the camera, Gabby. And her milk is also very creamy. She's got a thick cream line on the top after it sits. I've got Flash down here wanting to be. Hey, Flash. He's very needy. Okay, let's look over here at Rowena. And of course, she's got the kids with her. She had 4 kids this year, and I also milked her this morning. I separate the kids at night. And this is the udder she's sporting right now. She really doesn't like me to be behind her. I have to put hobbles on her to milk her. She just is I guess she's modest. Can we get another look at you there, Rowena? There you go. It's Rowena, and Beulah is around here over grazing in the sunshine. Say cheese, Beulah. And Beulah had 3 kids this year. Oh, you want to run at the camera? Well, maybe you caught a glimpse of her. And there's Beulah after being milked this morning. So that's what's going on with Gabby. And Gabby, she's a character. She is at the same time the sweetest and the most obstinate member of the herd. She's definitely the herd queen, the boss of everyone. She has a strange relationship with my husband. They are always challenging each other, and makes her go around acting crazy, going bah. She's just a nut. And I love her. I wish I could breed her, and hopefully I can. I don't have a lot of hope. The vet, again, she said she didn't really have a lot of hope that she can be bred. But if I'm getting the milk for free, I guess I shouldn't worry too much about it.